life is God's gift to you. What you do with it is your gift back to God. Well, in a world where challenges are plentiful, it's easy for us to feel discouraged. Yet with enough guidance and support, most people can achieve more in life than they ever dreamed possible. Well, beyond your fears is everything you ever dreamed of. Well, the DrSTem Show will give the voiceless a voice and the hopeless hope. And now, here she is, DrSTem.
Hello, real quick, before we get into the show, I wanted to invite you to a free 7-day manifesting challenge. Here's the thing. I believe that we all are capable and able to achieve our dreams and desires at any time, but we have to know how to be receptive, how to manifest and receive that which we are asking for. So for 7 days, I'll be sending you an audio or video for you to watch and then do the things that I say in that video. And then after 7 days, I can't wait. I'm so excited to hear what comes up for you, what you'll be able to achieve. So visit our website, www.drstemi.com and www.drstemspeaks.com. Now, let's get into the show. Hello and welcome to the DrSTem Show. We're back at it again. I'm so excited because I'm bringing you one of the amazing people that I met again in California this year at the Sarah Nichols conference. I'm bringing to you Miss Zehra Mahoon. Trust me, I had to practice that. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the show, Miss Zehra.
I'm excited to be here. Thank you.
You're based in Canada, if I remember well, right?
Yes, that's right. I'm just outside of Toronto.
Oh, you're outside of Toronto. Let me tell you, she is a bubble of just pure joy. And when you're with her, she just exudes this calmness. So I was privileged to sit next to her. And she's got this just aura of just being calm and just so surreal. So
Guilty as charged. Guilty as charged. That's what I get told all the time.
You get told you what?
All the time that I have a very calming aura. Yeah, all the time. All the time. Everyone tells me that.
This is the first time that I'm hearing it. I sat with her for probably like 3 days of the conference. I didn't know she gets told that, but that's what I felt. And that's what I just experienced. You know, it was this calming, soothing, aura that you have. Let me tell you a little bit about her before we start having a conversation with her. Ms. Zehra Mahoon's mission is to guide others to stop making the mistakes that are preventing them from their success and ultimate joy by teaching them the power of heart and mind alignment based on the law of attraction. No wonder why I connected with her. She's the author of 12 books on this subject and the creator of the Unlimited 40-day law of attraction workbook and support group. So here's the thing. I said that's why I connected with her, because I am a law of attraction girl all the way. So that's why our aura and everything just like connected. So here's what I want to know, because then I'll tell you a quick incident that happened. I was going to take my Bounce Back Empowerment Conference this 2022 to the UK for the first time, because I want to do Bounce Back Empowerment Conference UK. And I was selecting the speakers for the UK. So I had ladies from the UK, make appointments with me, and I was talking to them. Excuse me. And one lady came on and she said to me, we said hello and everything. And I told her about the bounce back, and I was looking, and she said to me, unfortunately, I'm going to say no, because I realized that on your page, you have a 7-day manifesting program that you have. And anybody that talks about manifesting and law of attraction is not God-like, doesn't, resonate with my God. I'm telling you, it hit my stomach. But for some reason, like I'm telling you about the aura, I have a sense to where I sense, somebody's aura before I can even meet you, looking at your picture or hearing something. I had sensed something at the beginning of the conversation when she said hello, because I was doing Zoom interviews. When she said hello, I just felt like something was off. So when I said that and explained to her what I was looking for, and I said, I don't know, but you tell me whether you'll be a good fit, but something tells me there's something on your heart, but I'm not quite sure. And she says, oh, you're right. I can't do it because I'm a Christian. So help me explain what the law of attraction is. And because then I didn't talk to her, but I think for a week I had to work on my energy, on realigning my energy, because
she affected you. Yeah.
Yes, she really did.
Yeah, yeah. Well, as far as I'm concerned, I have no fight with God. I am very comfortable with God, and I'm very comfortable with law of attraction.
Me too.
And the reason that is so is because law of attraction is at the basis of every religion. Every single religion is based on the principles of law of attraction, because at the core of it, law of attraction says, be good to yourself, be good to other people, appreciate what you have, and then you will get more. Now tell me, is there a religion in the world that says not to do those things? No. Yeah. So law of attraction, actually, when I discovered law of attraction, prior to it, I had studied all the religions of the world because I was very uncomfortable with organized religion.
Yes.
I was uncomfortable with the ritualistic aspects of religion. It seemed to me that my mother and a lot of other people did things in order to almost bribe the entity that they call God to give them things because they are being good. So I'm being good, so now you should give me this. Or I'm feeding the poor, so now you should give me this. And I thought in my head as a child that giving bribery, my parents have taught me that giving bribery is wrong. Then why are you trying to bribe God?
Well,
so I had this conflict going on inside me. And when I discovered law of attraction, I discovered that that's not at all true. We can never bribe the universe. We never have to, because we are loved unconditionally regardless. So law of attraction actually made me help make sense of religion truly the way it is supposed to be. It is all about love. It is all about being your authentic self. It is all about, and I don't think that there's a religion in the world that says not to be those things.
Yes. Yes.
So
well said, and thank you for that. As you were talking, I was writing down, because I am one that believes in God, also, but I'm also one that believes that there are no limits of, what you can have and what you can do.
That's right.
When you are a believer. I believe
God does not limit us. God does not limit us.
So the law of attraction, what it did as well, which is, what you said so eloquently, it helped me understand that you and I deserve more. We can have more. We are complete, and we are guided and protected at all times.
All the time. Absolutely. There's guidance within.
Wow.
So there's no conflict. There's no conflict between Christianity, Islam, Judaism, Buddhism, Hinduism. There's no conflict between any religion and the law of attraction.
I really was caught up, and I think the way that it affected me was because I, was still in that space also where I was, not sure whether it's okay for me to believe in the law of attraction, and also it's okay for me to believe in God. So then when she said that, I said,
right.
oh, here we go.
We all, I think, everyone who comes into law of attraction space goes through this dilemma. Is this going to take me away from my religion? And that is a genuine fear and
Yes.
valid, because our religion forms the core of our family and our society. You see, because we congregate in those groups, and we don't want to be ostracized from those groups. We don't want to leave our loved ones because we are now studying this body of knowledge. We still want to be be comfortable in our family, be comfortable in our congregations.
Yeah.
And so I think that is the fear, and it's a very valid fear. But what I discovered is that as a result of understanding law of attraction, I started to have better conversations with my family about religion. You see, because trust and faith are at the basis of all religions.
Yeah.
And when someone doubts anything, all you have to do is to tell them to trust. Yeah. And that's exactly what law of attraction is all about.
You're right. You're right. And I'm so glad. And, for all of you that are listening now, we were just talking before this show, and we said, you know what? Let's allow this show to just take, its own direction on what it is that we're supposed to talk about. And for the life of me, Zehra, I'm sure we both did not even think we were going to clarify the law of attraction. And it's perfect. It's a perfect segue, because you know what? It helped me. So if anything, it has helped me. It's an answer for me, because then I would really struggled with just becoming my free self. I'm in this realm now where I feel so light, and my light is shining, and I'm not shy about it. I'm not scared to let it shine, except that part. Is it okay to be a Christian? And is it okay for me to believe in the law of attraction?
Exactly.
And literally help people believe in it too. Yeah. And you just answered it for me. Yeah. You just answered it for me.
Well, I mean, I will give you a couple of examples for yourself as well as for our listeners.
Yes, please.
People who are really prominent as teachers of Christianity, followers of Christianity. Some of them, Norman Vincent Peale.
Yes, I love him.
Absolutely. Yeah. Everything that he teaches is law of attraction. Dr. Wayne Dyer, everything that that man, and I absolutely love Dr. Wayne Dyer.
Me too.
And everything that he taught refers back to Christianity, and all of it is law of attraction. You will see it when you believe it. His famous words, and the title of one of his books that's what law of attraction is.
Yeah.
So there's no conflict. Absolutely. And in fact, it makes your faith stronger.
It really does, because then, I knew that I'm always talking about divine connections. And I said, in the law of attraction, you're going to be like attracting like with those people that can resonate with you, that you can resonate with. And then, in God, we talk about divine connections, that every connection will be divinely orchestrated for you, and you'll meet the right people at the right time when you need them, and they'll give you the right information or guide you to the right place. So when she said that, it just threw me off. So that's good.
I'll tell you a little bit of a story. So a woman sent me an email. So I have this workbook called Unlimited, and it's a 40-day workbook, and there's a support group to go with it. So So she wrote to me and she said, I really want to do your 40-day program and get this. But I see that in this workbook, you use the word God a lot. And you shouldn't use the word God because you're teaching law of attraction. And I said, well, I don't have a quarrel with God. And if you do, that's your business.
And I'm going to start using that because I really like that, because then it gives us the freedom to, to teach both and, colorate
Exactly.
both.
I'm not uncomfortable with God.
Me neither.
And if you've had a fight with God, then sort it out, seriously.
Yeah. Oh, I love it. We can end the interview right now because I got my answer.
This is one of the reasons why I love Lisa Nichols, because she says, I believe in God, and she was one of the teachers in The Secret.
Yes. And doesn't have, a problem, with it. So with the services that you're providing, let's talk about those services. What do you provide? And, what are people coming to look for when they, join you?
Law of attraction affects all the aspects of our life. So basically, it's about how are you thinking and how is it affecting all the things that are happening in your life. And so I can basically help people with all aspects of their life based on the law of attraction, because I can help them spot where their thinking is keeping them from moving forward with whatever it is that they want to accomplish. However, given that, and I do, because people will come to me saying, Zehra, help me with money, but then I find that money will affect their relationships, their health, their confidence. It affects everything.
Yeah.
And then someone else will come to me asking for help with health, but then your health is also linked to your money. It's also linked to your self-worth. It's also linked to what's happening in your marriage.
Yes.
So what I find is, it doesn't matter where people come to me from. They always come to me with a specific problem, but that leads us to uncovering all the things in all aspects of their life that are holding them back.
Yes.
So basically, I teach abundance. I say that abundance is something that you want in your love life. You want more love. Abundance is something you want more in your family. You want everyone in your family to love you. You want abundance of money. You want abundance of wealth. You want abundance of health. You want a long and healthy life. You want an abundance of confidence in yourself, your talents, and your abilities. And so what I teach at the end of the day is abundance.
And it's abundance in all aspects of your life, not just financial abundance.
That's right.
Because many a time we think of abundance as money.
Okay. And most people, because I am a financial advisor, and that is what I've done for a very long time, most people come to me with money issues and help with investing and financial planning, but it leads to everything else in their lives.
You're right. So is this individual coaching that you do, or group coaching as well?
I take on individual clients, but I also have group programs. Okay. And I have online courses and tons of books, as you can see.
There, I know, 12 of them.
12 books out there. So, and that's because law of attraction applies to so many aspects of our life. It applies to so many things. So there's a book I have a book called Prosperity Puzzle, which is about money. Okay. Then I have a book called 51 Decisions, which is about self-worth. So there are books. There's a book about parenting. It's about law of attraction and its application to all different areas of our life.
Awesome. And at the end of this show, as well as on every post that you will see, we will have information on her website, but you can go ahead and let them know your website as well, Ms. Zehra.
Sure. And my handle across all media is Zehra Mahoon. So ZMAHOON, that's my website, that's my Instagram, that's my Facebook. That's who I am across all social media.
Awesome. And she's very active on social media. So do join all her social media links, because then she's very active. So you'll be able to get something from her, on a consistent basis. When I logged in, I was going back years and years. I was like, oh my God, this is a lot of work. But then what it does is if you have time and you're struggling with clarity in your life, or you're struggling as I was struggling with, is it okay to believe in God? And is it okay to also know and practice law of attraction? She has more explanations on her social media as well as in her books that will be able to help you. So do visit, her websites and her social media handles on Zehra Mahoon, as she said. So I told you this interview is all about play as well, because people are going to go on your websites. They're going to be working with you. But as you know, people want to know, who are you? And can I trust you? Can I work with you? Would you understand me? And in order for us to do that, we got to play and just, let down this professionalism that we wear and just get to know who you are, so that your fans and prospective
Oh my
fans
God.
can also
How much
know
time
you.
do you have?
Not a lot of time.
It's a long story.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Okay, so I am a mom first
Yes.
and foremost. Family is very, very important to me. When my children call, I drop everything. I have two children, a boy and a girl,
Okay.
and I also have three cats and a dog.
Okay.
Um, and I just I love people and I love helping people. That's primarily who I am. I stand for, way long ago I said, God, use me as your conduit for helping people, and that is the mission that I have been on all this time. My work means a lot to me, and that's basically who I am. But I love food. Oh my goodness, do I love food? I love food. I love cooking. I love feeding people. There's always food in the house.
Oh, good.
I love music. I'm just like you or anyone else.
Yes.
It's, I'm
Yes.
just an ordinary person who had some extraordinary challenges along the way that made her strong.
Awesome. Awesome. What's your favorite color?
Yellow,
Yellow.
the color of hope, the color of the sun.
Oh, and you know what's interesting? And I think I would start doing this to people, right? When I book their sessions for this, I ask, what's your favorite color? And nobody's wearing their favorite color.
No,
None of my guests.
no. I love yellow, but I do love wearing it as well, actually. I do, but I'm not wearing it. Not today.
But that's interesting. So were you born and raised in Canada?
No.
No. Where were you
I
born?
came to Canada 20 years ago.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. No, I have a very international growing up experience because my parents used to travel a lot.
Oh, so you traveled a lot when you
I
were
traveled
young.
with my parents, yes. So
Okay.
it wasn't travel for fun. My father traveled for work. And so we went to different countries and we lived there for 2 or 3 years while he completed his project. Then we went back home to Pakistan. Then we traveled again, lived in another country. Yeah. So I've been very fortunate to have that experience.
Oh, wow. So if I asked you what's your earliest child memory, what comes up?
Oh my goodness. It's a story. And this is a story that I actually, it's a very intense memory. My parents brought me a ball. We were going out. I was very little, under the age of 3, maybe 2.5. It was this beautiful red ball, and it was brand new. And we were walking in the park, and we wanted to cross over a bridge, a walking bridge that had water flowing under it. I don't remember what it was. We were either in England or Germany at that time, and there was either a river or a stream flowing under the bridge. And my mother said to me, as we were starting to ascend the bridge, she said, "Give me the ball. You can have it at the other end because it might fall into the water." And I said, "Nope, no, my ball, not giving it to you." So as we reached right at the top of the bridge, the ball fell in the water. And my mother started shouting at me, "I told you so." You should have given me that ball. I cannot get you another ball. And I started crying. And I said to my mother, as we were getting down the other side, I said, I'm going to get my ball back. I want my ball back, and I'm going to get my ball back. And my mother said, there's no way you can get that ball back. It's gone forever. You should have listened to me. And I said, no, you'll see, I'm going to get my ball back. And so as we got down the bridge, a man called to my father. And he said, this is your little girl's ball. And apparently there was a man in a boat going under the bridge at that time, and my ball actually fell into his boat. It didn't actually fall into
The law of attraction.
Exactly. So I got my ball back, and there was a voice that screamed really loud in my head, and it said, I told you so. I told you I would get my ball back. I know what I'm talking about. Like, I know I can have it back. So I'm not going to listen to you.
That is the great story.
And I forgot all about that until one day when I started understanding law of attraction. I started understanding what happened way back then. But because the ball fell in the first place because my mother said it would fall.
Yes.
And that's law of attraction.
Yes.
And I said, no, I'm going to get it back. So I did.
And it was law of attraction.
It was all law of attraction.
Wow. Now that's a great law of attraction story. And oh my goodness, what it also means, if I may add on to that, is sometimes we believe, so, if I were to get into your mother's head, right, she believes that, well, there's so much water. There's no way you can swim there and catch it. And then it's swept away, because once it falls, of course, the water is moving, so it's gone. And then with her mind was just on, there's no way, because then it's fallen and gone. But with the law of attraction, it allows us to not be in control of the how it will happen.
Exactly.
It says, declare it, know within you that it's going to happen,
and then it will.
Everything else will work out. And
all things are possible. That's law of attraction.
And all things are possible. It fell in a boat, and they looked up the bridge, noticed that there are people that are crossing. Must be them. Waited on the other end, and it was as easy as, you didn't have to get wet, you didn't have to jump in the water.
Nothing. Exactly. And so I use that story as a reminder to me that I don't have to believe what other people believe.
I love it. I love it. Thank you for this story.
You're most welcome. Thank you for having me on your show.
Yes, thank you for that story. I mean, I'm always amazed about, how all this comes to, comes in together, because this was about clarification of the law of attraction as well as belief in God. So I hope to all of you that are listening to this, that you're clear as day as to who to go to if you want the clarification and the support that you will need to understand completely the law of attraction as well as the will of God in your life and how they can be connected. As you heard from her, she is not in favor of those that believe in God, and neither is she in favor of those that believe in the law of attraction. She says, come on, let's talk about how you can better your life. You can use the law of attraction to even be better in your life. So I also know, and Ms. Zehra can attest to this as well, or even comment on it. I know for sure that when you come across this show, not everybody is going to come across and watch this show, but those of you that are ready to move your life forward will come across this show, and you'll be connected to her, and your life will move forward. And that's how the law of attraction again works. So it's not going to be for everyone. If you watch it at the beginning and it's not for you and you leave, do not feel bad. It's not for you. And there are many ways of making sure that you live your best life and you become the best version of you. But those of you that we are supposed to serve, you will come across this shore, and yes, you will join the 40-day without complaining or asking why God is being used or the law of attraction is being used, right, Miss Zehra? Right?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Do you find that also the people that come to you are people that are ready and they are in the right space, or do you
Absolutely.
have, yeah, right?
See, here's the thing. I'm not in the business of convincing anyone. You
Ooh,
have to convince yourself that I'm the right teacher for you.
ooh,
I'm not running after you. If you think I'm the right teacher, I'm here.
boom. See, that's what I liked about her when we met too. She was that kind of honest person that just, said, listen, don't do too much work on trying to convince people. Just be you and serve people. So for those of you that are in the service, work, those women that are in business and those aspiring business women, this is the message that she also sends, that says, you know what, once you know what it is that you want to do, you do what you need to do. The customers and everybody that you will be serving will come to you and you will meet them. So you don't have to convince, them or run after them. Love that. I
And
love
that's
that.
what authenticity is all about, right?
Yes.
I'm
yes.
just going to be authentic, and whoever resonates with my authentic self will come to me. That's law of attraction.
So a person who's done law of attraction, who has law of attraction knowledge the way that you are, do you have any fears? And if so, what fears do you have, or did you have to overcome?
Oh my God, I had to overcome so many fears.
Yeah.
You have no idea, because I grew up with a mother who was very, very of everything, like she was, oh, I hope this doesn't happen, this doesn't happen. So I grew up with that kind of in that kind of an environment.
Yeah.
And so I had a lot of fears to overcome, and there are still beliefs that I have that I know I need to work on, but there are more things that I've let go and freed myself.
Yeah.
So I have done a lot of work, and I continue to do the work, because you cannot stop doing the work just because you start understanding how much potential you have if you do the work, right?
Yes.
So fears, oh yes, absolutely. I used to be very fearful of a lot of things that I am. There's no, so let me put it this way.
Okay.
I don't worry anymore. I am totally at peace in my heart, because I know and I trust that things will always work out for me. And this is why when people are in my proximity, they feel that calm vibration, is because there is nothing to worry about. And so I've been able to reach that point of not having to worry by giving up all the fears. Fear instigates the worry. Fear creates the worry.
Wow. Thank you for that. And I know right now, as we are doing this interview, we are still in the midst of the pandemic.
Yes.
It goes up and down, but we're still in the midst of it. And one thing that many people are seeking is a peace of mind, being relaxed because of the
Yes.
anxiety. So
Yes.
you really say a good point of, if you're one of those people that will be asking, what's the law of attraction, going to help me? It also will help with the anxiety, because then, as she says, there's no need to worry, but it's a process of working through that and getting to that
That's right.
space where you understand that you don't have to worry.
Yeah.
I would say,
it's just you touched upon something really important there, the pandemic. Two things that are really big in our lives just now. One is the pandemic, the other one is the recession.
Yes.
So when the pandemic was at its height, a lot of people approached me very worried, very afraid of everything that was going on. But the thing is, and this is how I spoke to them, and this is how I actually created good health for myself, because I used to be a very sickly child, is to remind myself that I don't know where the air that I'm breathing just now in my house is coming from. Because how do you put a trace on air? It could be coming from the hospital across the road. How do I know where the air came from? But I don't have to worry about where the air is coming from. All I have to worry about is my level of emotional stability.
Yeah.
If I'm emotionally stable, nothing can impact me.
Yeah.
Right? And the same goes for the recession. You can sign up for it or you can decline the invitation.
Boom. I like that.
Right? Because it's about fear.
Yeah.
And there is so much fear mongering happening in the media, because to really look at it objectively, as humans, we are part of the animal kingdom, and it's the flight and fight response.
Yeah.
We are more motivated by fear than we are ever motivated by pleasure.
Mm-hmm.
Let me tell you a little story if you have the time. Can I tell you a little story about this?
Yeah, sure.
So I had a friend.
Mm-hmm.
We are still friends. We are acquaintances, but so I know her for many, many years, 20 years, maybe more. And she always had this problem with weight. She was always overweight. She needed to lose something like 100 pounds.
Wow.
And then I fell out of touch with her. She tried everything. She was on diets, then she was off diets. Then she was doing one thing, then she was doing another thing. Something helped a little bit, and then it didn't help. And then I fell out of touch with her for a couple of years, and we caught up at a networking event. I bumped into her, and she looked absolutely like she had lost more than the 100 pounds. She looked absolutely like a different person. And I said, "Oh my God, you look so different. I haven't seen you in such a long time. You finally did it. What you said you would do. You said you would lose that 100 pounds. Congratulations." And she said, "Yes, but I wish it hadn't happened the way it did." I said, "What do you mean?" And she said, "Well, the doctor told me that if I don't lose 100 pounds, I'm going to be dead in a very short time." And I was like, okay, so the fear motivated you to do it within 6 months. The pleasure of having a beautiful figure could not help you to do it for 20 years. And this is human philosophy. This is how we behave. So the fear of recession is stronger than the pleasure of believing in abundance. The fear of the pandemic is stronger than the pleasure of feeling that things are always okay, I'm always looked after. There is a God, there is a universe that is hearing my request and looking out for me.
Wow.
We buy into the fear more than we buy into the pleasure.
I couldn't end the show on a better note. I am not going to add on to that because that was powerful. So what I want to remind all of you that are watching this is to please visit her website at zmahoon.com, and right there you'll also be able to get a free gift. She has a free gift that says, "Why me? Why do bad things happen to good people?" by Zehra Mahoon. So you'll be able to get that free gift if you go to her website, zmahoon.com. Miss Mahoon, you have filled my heart, and I want to thank you for gracing us with your presence today.
Thank you for having me.
We will do a lot of collaborations as we discussed. So this is not the end that the people will see us together, because there's much more in store that we'll be doing together. Until next time, this is DrSTem. Be encouraged.